Hey, what's going on, everybody? Hey, we got a question for you today. We're going to try something new today. And the question is, what is nepotism? What is it to you? Yeah, this is a sports show. Nepotism has been thrown around the last couple of weeks. Hey, what does it mean to you? We're going to dive into it today here on the Sports Chasers. Let's go.
Buckle up, sports fanatics. This is the Sports Chasers Podcast, your HQ for in-depth sports talk. Join host Kevin L. Warren and crew as they dissect the hottest stories, ignite debates, and bring you closer to the action. From locker room whispers to expert takes, we cover it all. It's game time, so strap in and grab a drink. The Sports Chasers Podcast starts right now.
Hey, what's going on? Happy Monday to everybody. Hope everybody's having a good week thus far. Start of the week. It's Monday, and hey, we're gonna jump on here and talk about not a couple of things, but the thing that's been very burdensome in the world of sports. We're gonna talk about nepotism and all that good stuff that's going on with the LA Lakers, man. But before we jump into that, let's meet the crew. D Dubs, what's up, brother? How are you? How are you
What's,
today? Got his
yeah,
Brooklyn hat
what's
on.
good? Yeah. What's good? Dog days of summer. Brooklyn stand up. Yay.
BK stand out. Shout out to BK. Shout out to Buster. Essence.
Oh man.
I'm gonna stop.
People messing with Buster.
The DA, what's up, man?
Yeah, we gonna leave Buster alone, boy.
Yeah.
We'll leave him alone.
Yeah. Shout out to Buster Rhymes, man. But hey, we've been off the last week. We had make sure you check out the interview we did with Wally Green. Very, very, very good interview that we he's a ping pong player, he's an international professional ping pong player, but his story his story is really amazing. You gotta check it out. Check it out, man. So we're off this Thursday, man. But hey, I guess we couldn't stay away too long. So we just want to talk about nepotism, the Lakers, Bronny James, his dad, LeBron James, Rob Pelinka, Jeannie Buss, the whole 9 yards. Before we get into it real quick, let me just see Bronny James. We've been going here for a little bit. He signed a contract. Bronny James made his much awaited NBA debut Saturday. No, that's not what I want to read. No, this is what I want to read. After being drafted with the number 55 overall pick in the 2024 NBA draft, James, the son of superstar LeBron, put pen to paper on his first NBA contract on Wednesday. Coming out of USC, James averaged 4.8 points, 2.8 rebounds, 2.1 assists, 0.08 steals, and 19.3 minutes per game across 25 appearances. He posted a 37-27, 68 shooting split on 4.5, 2.4, 1.4 volume. So how much will James make in his first professional NBA deal? Yeah, I'm here to tell you. About 5.4 million of that will be guaranteed, with the fourth year being a team option. He also has a no trade clause until December 15, 2025.
Wow.
And then here's a little comparison. Here's a list of the top 10 highest paid, the number 55 picks overall. You have Patty Mills, Louis Scola. Well, Patty Mills made 81.9. Louis Scola made 47.1. Etwan Moore, 43.7. Jeremy Evans, 9 million. Ryan Bowen, 8 million. Kenny Gaddison, 6.8. Jeffrey Lavange, 6.7. There's a couple other people. The only people names that stand out to me was Patty Mills, Louis Scola, I remember, and Kenny Gaddison. I'm gonna give it to the D Dubs. D Dubs, how are you today? What's going on? What do you think about this? What's going on with the Lakers, man? Nepotism, man. They see, a lot of people saying that is hey, it's not a problem. It's not a problem.
It may not be a problem for for them, but I see it's going to be a problem down the line. And you know what? I really don't have too much to say other than the Lakers. This is going to be the Lakers' demise, and I think I said it earlier in a couple of previous podcasts that the Lakers keep on doing what the Lakers are doing, which is trying to make a story, and this is not it. And for the fans of LA, I feel bad for them because this guy has hijacked the team again. I mean, this is what he does. So I mean, and they're gonna have to go through the whole thing with this because this is not going. I mean, they didn't make the team better. If we're talking about a team, the LA Lakers, they did not make the team better. Okay, so LeBron, they didn't get no free agents still, and the ones that they got.
But Clay didn't want to go there.
Say that again. I'm sorry.
Clay didn't want to go there.
Yeah, he didn't want to go there. So I mean, yeah, he didn't want to go there. He took a better job. The better job was the Dallas Mavericks, who just came off of NBA Finals. So why would you? You understand what I'm saying? But I just think it's a bad setup for the Lakers. And again, I said it before. I don't blame Bronny James. This is not his doing. He's actually, man, I feel kind of sorry for the kid because he's a humble kid. I mean, just listening to him talk, this is all his dad's doing. This is all his dad's doing. So he's a young kid that, to me, he should have just stayed in college and gotten better in college or go to the G League or whatever.
Gotcha. DA, your first initial thoughts on all of this? I'm going to give you $5 fine, sir. Put your microphone on. No, we still can't hear you, dog. Okay. As he's arguing with us with the microphone off, hopefully he'll come back on. There. Let me just read this, and DA will probably come back on. And this is from the other day. This is from Carl Anderson of the Yahoo Sports. Bronny James made his much-awaited NBA debut Saturday, but things got off to a slow start. The rookie scored just 4 points in his first summer league action. They lost 108. Okay, he's back. All right, we'll get to that again. Go ahead, DA. What's your
it's cool. It's cool.
And your sound went out again. I don't know what happened. All right. While he's doing that, let me go back to that. Bronny James made his much. James played 21 minutes in the loss, adding 2 rebounds, 2 assists, and a steal. However, he shot 2 of 6 from the field, going 0 for 3 from deep, and missing both of his free throw attempts.
Ever since you sent me into this other StreamYard 2, it's been bad. So I got to speak quickly. Okay. I'm sorry.
Go ahead. And it's still being bad. I don't know why is it going out. Go back in and come back out, and we'll get you when you come back. Come back in. So what was I saying? James played 21 minutes in the loss, adding 2 rebounds, 2 assists, and a steal. How he shot 2 of 9 from the field, going 0 for 3 from deep, and missing both of his free throw attempts. James' father, LeBron, was at the camp as part of the Team USA basketball roster and was not able to attend the game in person. However, LeBron showed support for his older son and father, watching a clip of Bronny scoring in his first point soon after the ball went in the net, praising his kid for being tough. Kings guard Adonis Arms, who went undrafted in 2022 but played in the G League for 2 seasons, dominated the game with 32 points and 11 rebounds for Sacramento, with guard Antoine Davis pitching in for 20 points. So, D, your mic is muted. Your mic is still muted? Your mic is still muted. Hold on. Did we mute you by mistake? Unmute. They chose to mute themselves. We have a Monday morning blues, boy. I tell you, boy. You can't unmute your mic. Well, so these guys, before they get their stuff started again, we basically wanted to come on here and say what is going on with the with Bronny James and talk about the whole nepotism. A lot of people have had an opinion on it. You had the Gene Wojciechowskis of the world. He basically said it's not a problem. It's not a problem that LeBron James orchestrates and has his son being picked 55th overall on the draft. And this coincides with a lot of the media, the ESPNs of the world, people on Fox Sports. They're caping for this. And again, like I said, like D Dub said, has nothing to do with Bronny James himself. He can play. When I say he can play because he's playing because of his father. Let's just keep that clear. It's because of his father. It has nothing to do with and that's what we're talking. It's America. It's supposed to be on merit, on how you play. And as we said today, we want to talk about nepotism. It's clearly a lot of people, I guess, that's caping for this, and they're saying that has nothing to do with he can play. And yeah, he can play if he probably stayed in the league, if he probably stayed in college a couple more years. Now, some people might argue that Bronny James, he suffered an ailment where he had the heart ailment. Thank God the kid is doing good. And he's doing well and he's able to do it. DA, you with us?
Yeah.
All right, he can hear us. All right, so I'll pitch the DA. Let me just finish this thought real quick. People were saying that he had the heart ailment and everything, and now, y'all should give him some grace because he scored 4.5.
No,
game.
Stop.
Go ahead, DA.
If you're there to do the job, you're there to do the job at your best. You don't get props for things that happened in the past. Right? I stubbed my toe 4 months ago. That got nothing. I was in the car accident a year ago. I had congestive heart failure 2 years ago. None of that has to do with anything I'm doing today. And the people that pay me the money they pay me really don't care about any of those things. So if you're here to play basketball, you had a heart condition some years ago, we're glad you lived through that, right? That's everyone, you want them to live, and I'm glad you lived through that. That has nothing to do with your performance. So, nothing to do with your performance at all.
So as you was trying to get, work out your technical difficulty, I was talking about how, what was it, about 2 weeks ago, how, Gene Wojciechowski, he was basically trying to tell everybody.
Yeah. Everybody said that. I saw Stephen A. Smith.
America, get over it.
Yeah, get over it. I saw Stephen A. Smith say, hey, he had a heart condition. You got to remember, no, I don't. That's like when people tell you, oh, man, you need to understand. No, I don't need to understand.
I don't need to understand.
Maybe you want me to understand. You'd like me to understand, but I don't need to do a goddamn thing. So that's part one of that. So I don't have a problem with the fact that he had a heart ailment, just like Shaq's son had a heart ailment. And I'm sure a lot of the people that are in the league that we don't know about may have had some heart issues at some point in time and have come back from that and had a great career. Like they didn't Brandon Roy was a great player. He had no knees from the time he got in the NBA. But guess what they didn't do? Put him in the Hall of Fame because he had no knees. Right? He had 5 probably the strongest years at a 2 guard in this decade, in this part of the century, from 2020 to 2024. For 5 years, Brandon Roy could not be stopped by nobody. That's Kobe couldn't stop him. Dwayne Wade couldn't stop him. Nobody could stop this man. But he had no knees, and he knew he was playing on borrowed time. Right? And degenerative knee disease of some sort. Now, the point I make to you is, all because he had that, we're not putting him in the Hall of Fame. It is what it is. It's kind of, done what it is. What it was. So I can't give him that. The nepotism, I understand that there is nepotism, and people say, oh, well, it happens. Yes. So does speeding, and so does, drugs. And listen, man, that doesn't make it right. Now you can go ahead and do what you want to do in life. I am not here to tell anyone how to live their life, how to get their money, how to do what they do, as long as it doesn't impact me. But the reality is this: there is nepotism in corporate America, in most businesses, coaching, so forth and so on, right? But when say for corporate America, an executive puts their grandson on, they don't take a job from somebody else to put their grandson on. They just create a position for their grandson or granddaughter. When it's a coaching position, yes, but those are grown men fighting it out. And if this grown man, who happens to be a Shanahan, gets a leg up, that happens. I think it still hurts, right? Because you still don't have in any of the coaching, especially baseball, basketball, football. It's not representative of the population. The coaches are not representative of the population of the sport. Maybe baseball, because a lot of the bench coaches are Spanish or black, so they do that to kind of translate, be bridges between the manager and the rest of the players on the squad, especially non-English speaking guys and such things of that nature. But football and basketball, yeah, at least at the top, there aren't as many from the population of the players of the sport. Yeah, there should be more black coaches in both sports, head coaches. I'm not talking about assistants, because there are a lot of assistants. But so yeah, that's where I think nepotism in the coaching ranks hurts folks. But as being a basketball player, we have to know that Bronny James took a spot from another player that was more deserving. That's all. There's no other questions. You can't tell me there are people that
with Jerry Jones.
Jerry Jones, I just explained Jerry Jones. He didn't take a job away from someone to give his kids jobs. He just created positions for his sons. That's what that is. So as far as like Bronny is concerned, what I'm saying is, for him, that spot on the Lakers bench that he has now, with a no trade, just we got to be holistic with our explanation, that there was probably 50 guys that were better than him at the position he plays. At the position he plays within the G League, and freshman through seniors coming out of college that played basketball last season averaged more than 4 points a game, and probably were bigger and better players than Bronny James, but his father's on the team, so he's there. The reason why it's unfair is because he took a spot from another player. That's all it was. And it was just like it was in the McDonald's game. No one wants to say it, but if you go to the year prior to the McDonald's All-American game, he was not one of the top 50 players in the country. There's only 15 players on each team. He didn't jump into the top 30 as a senior, so he shouldn't have been in the game, which means he took it from another kid that should have been in the game. That's all. That's all. That's my only problem with it, is that he took something from somebody else.
Right.
And you can't debate me on that, because I can just give you the players, the names, right? Better stats, better game, did more in college, or did more in the G League last year, did more for the G League Lakers team last year. Like, all those things are things that should go in front of Bronny James. Should, because sports, as your brother always says, was our last meritocracy, where we could guarantee, at least for a second, that you earned what you got. So that's kind of where the problem lies. That's because we believed, and I guess you don't have disappointment if you don't have expectations, as my mother always says. And we had expectations of things being fair in sports, and when they're not, they're amplified even further, because we expected at least a level of fairness. So there's nothing that anyone could tell me on any show, on any platform, that explains this to me, right? There's nothing that can be done from any platform, from any person that explains to me how, if you look at the numbers from the sophomore year, junior year in high school, right, to being on the McDonald's All-American team. That man, and it's nothing against his game. It doesn't mean his game ain't right. Doesn't mean he won't be a Hall of Famer or anything. But Bronny James has never been the best player on any team he's ever been on. Not high school, that not college, and of course not in the pros. But that's a direct factoid of his father putting him in places that he didn't belong to win championships, because he put him on that team out there in Cali with a bunch of dudes that was already dogs. And because the class before him, had dogs, 2-3 dudes went straight to the NBA off that team, Jalen Green and another dude. So, what I'm saying is, had he been on the team where he got to be the dude, he might have still got there, but you got to roll those dice. And the James family, it seems, were not willing to roll those dice. So
I'll say this: a lot of people, when this is aired, and this should be aired today, they'll say, "Well, look at these 3 haters on there. They always hated LeBron James, and this is just another level of hate." I'm so sick and tired of people like y'all.
They need to get a better word than that. Hate, man. I'm tired.
It just means you're not listening, because I don't hate that kid.
Yeah,
nope. I think he can play. I do.
Nothing that we said here that said is hate.
I think he should have stayed in school. I don't think he's worthy of the number 55th pick.
Yeah.
I think his father absolutely used his
leverage. He leveraged. Yeah.
Yeah, he leveraged. Hold on, let me put this on here. He did this. He was able to use his advantages, use his, his influence. And whether you want to say it or not, Laker fans, LeBron fans, I should say, that guy's running the team. I don't want to hear nothing else. Jeannie Buss ain't running it. Rob Pelinka ain't running it. This clearly shows that he's running the show. And to me, it's him trying to get this whole legacy thing with this whole movement of Jordan against him. They ain't trying to win. Yeah, it's been over to me, in my opinion.
Yeah, no, it's over, and they don't know what to do. They're scrambling, trying to find things to do. You see, this dude, Dick Wright, Jordan's defensive numbers. No, stop, dog. Because when you look at it and parse out what you're saying, you're still wrong. But you're doing things for clicks, right?
Yeah.
And you take an L doing things for clicks. That's all that is. My thing is, my bigger thing, and I'll say this now because I haven't been on, is that one.
Yeah, he has not been on for a while.
I said it first on my own little thingamajig about that JJ Redick shit. So if you fell for the old banana in the tailpipe, you did. All right. Rosebud, Beverly Hills Cop 1, right? Yeah. They threw that Danny Hurley shit out there, and it was a game. That shit was never going to happen. It's like Paul Pierce said, this is like a TV show. That shit was never going to happen, right? It wasn't even real. They just did that. So it wouldn't look like they would just, wanted to hire JJ Redick because LeBron said so. And, that they didn't have a quote unquote, as we would say in the New York City business, a no bid contract out there where dude didn't even have to bid to get the contract. Because that's all it was. It was a no bid. Because there was nobody else. Now, if you're a man in the organization, you say, yo, man, we're going to hire this dude. Are you not going to look at anybody else? Nah, this is my dude on the podcast with me. I like what he was saying. This is what we're doing. Be a man, say that. Can't be a man. You're a punk. You didn't say that. So you let us go through this whole, because you did 6 weeks previous from the time you guys fired Darvin Ham, who got you to the Western Conference Finals and lost the year before. You lost this year. You didn't like him because maybe he wanted you to come to practice or something. So you get rid of him.
Practice.
So you get rid of this guy. It could have been the week after Mr. Ham was gone that the JJ Redick
podcast
shit started.
Yeah.
The podcast started during the season, which is some fuck shit, right? Because you can't talk about your coach while your coach is coaching. You're talking about basketball strategy and things he was doing while he was still in the job. That's
NBA, but that's the NBA too. NBA need to crack down on this.
Oh yeah,
that's a whole nother. That's a whole nother thing.
Yo, dog, you can have it. You can have a podcast.
You can have one, but not.
But you can't have a podcast talking about your coach.
No.
Talking about your organization.
Yep.
Being all up in the videos. You know. Yeah. You can't do that. You can't do that, right?
We're talking about tampering. We're talking about all types of stuff that you claim that you don't do. We don't do, right?
What
you
doing?
Got guys doing it. Even I have a problem with the guys even off the season, like they had again Paul George and Joel Embiid on the same platform on ABC during the finals. I don't. Come on, man. How do you got? I don't like it. I just don't like it. It just looks bad. But who am I?
Listen, I you know what? I'm with you on that, D. I mean, you should be smart enough to say nothing.
Correct.
Oh, I want this guy playing with me. I mean, now I've heard that before from guys.
Yeah, we know.
But you only say it when you don't have the possibility of getting someone. Like you don't say it when you got the possibility. You're kind of playing your hand, right? So you don't say it. So, that's kind of the way it used to be, right? So you have Ronnie Lott would be doing something with, Dan Marino. Oh boy. I would love bothering him in practice, but it ain't going to happen, so you can say it.
Well,
now you would never say, it is what it is.
Not only that, but I mean, you could do charity golf, and I won't know it. That's what y'all do on the outside. Charity golf, cool, but you wouldn't put it in my face. Like the NBA Finals is going on, and you got these guys on the same platform critiquing the game. Like I don't understand why. Like, how much more analysts do you need? You got all you analysts, then you need more.
That's the NBA and ESPN.
Well, that's the problem with the four-letter network.
And they're not even analyzing when they get up there.
They don't have analysts. They got killed for doing the halftime show, right?
Yeah.
They got killed because
halftime show was trash.
Yeah, it was nothing good. You didn't add anything.
Nothing. When you post it, I strongly believe, and doing this podcast has made me really think about things like that. When you come to create some content, it's supposed to add some value. It's not supposed to take away value. And I think these media corporations, as far as the sports media corporations, the ESPNs and the Fox, they are absolutely creating this dynamic where it's unbearable to watch.
Because it's becoming a fanboy. It's more of a fanboy sport.
Yes.
And these guys want to be invited to the white party. This is what it's becoming.
This is why folks are going to miss Chuck, Shaq, and Kenny, right? Because they could get on halftime and really talk about stuff. They could get on dudes, and they didn't care. At the end of the day, now sometimes I saw them, but it wasn't Chuck. But the big man, you did LeBron, you score 40,000, so he's got to be the best. Shut up. But otherwise, Kenny would say what needed to be said. Is what it is. Funny, engaging, and it's hard to pull that together because they don't have those type of personalities anymore. Because this generation of players, or the last generation, it wouldn't be this generation. The last generation of players, because I actually think like a dude like Anthony Edwards would probably be good at this because he don't care. He just says what he got to say. But a lot of dudes in the last generation just a dry toast. Like either you're Kevin Durant where you're like, yo, man, I just play ball. I just like that. I don't really, or you're over the top like your boy, what's the dude that played defense? Beverly?
Patrick,
right? That's Patrick Beverly. Where it's a little bit too much, and you're really not right. But I do think somebody on Gilbert Arenas show is going to get picked up on a major label for a major because those are the type of guys that this is the weird part, right? Have the personality and the knowledge, but as soon as you get picked up by one of those majors, you lose all of your originality, because then they start telling you what to say in those ear posts, and then you're standing there
whispering.
with Stephen A. Smith and you can't do it. So most times it's don't take the job. Like most guys, if you got some money, won't take the job because they're like, fuck it. I don't want to. Like Gilbert may take it because Gilbert seems like he likes to do shit like that. But I
wish that he did. I mean, same thing for what's his name? Pat McAfee. You know, I said I think he's crazy. I mean, I know why he did it. He did it for the dough. He did it for the bag.
Oh, he's getting the dough. He's paid. He getting paid more money than Stephen A.
Yeah, but I think you lose a little bit of something because now you're beholden to these people, and they got certain, and which is not bad if that's what you want to play with, But you see most of these guys now. You see the Stephen A. Smiths and those guys. They are absolutely coming to platforms like this because they can't really say what they want to say on.
But then they look. Then the problem is
who looks authentic.
Yes, but then the problem is, Kevin. That's the problem, right? Because then the rest of the world gets to say, okay. Because I said this, man, and you know me, I hated Stephen, and I still don't like him, right? And even Shannon, like it's like okay, well, first I can't get with the Shay. I never call another man Shay in my fucking life.
Shay.
I go. Look, man, I'm old, so sometimes they won't. Shay go
Shout out to Ghost.
Shay. Shay.
That was an awesome sample they used.
Yeah, so now I can't do that, right? So I'm old. Sorry. But that being said, it became conflicting for me because I don't like false people. And I understand if you're being paid to be false, but I still can't do it, right? I can't rock with you. So that's just me. So even if they're paying you a bunch of money, if they tell you to be like this, you're on there with skill. Put your glasses back on. And then off the show, you telling me how you fucked that nigga up. Stop.
Yeah.
All right, which one can I believe? I can't believe none of them motherfuckers. I can't do it. Right? I can't do it with you. I understand. Oh, you got to be a grown man, G. No. I just got to be Dorian. I just have to be Dorian. So even if it's going to make my family more money, maybe I don't need that more money. Maybe they don't need that more money. That's not the end all. I get enough money to where my people's is good, I'm good. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes I don't make enough money to where my people's are good. And guess what? They're going to have to be good. They got to figure that out. That's what life is about. That's what this breathing and living is all about. Figuring out the issues and making it happen for you and yours. So you don't have to take a bunch of money unless you want. Daryl, we talk all the time about the pitfalls of entertainment that they say. I will, say happen. And Daryl always says, you ain't got to stay there. You can walk away. Right? If you saying they doing this to you and he blowing up your boyfriend's car and he's doing this and hitting me in the head with a vase every other day, you don't have to come back. Even if you don't call 5-0, you don't have to come back. You don't have to stay. You can say, fuck it, man. I'm going to go. I can type pretty good. I'm going to go be this, or I'm going to go back to college and maybe I'm a pharmacist. Because you know what? It might be a good life for you. But, just getting back to sports, man, the nepotism, it happens. People says it happens. Just there's a bunch of Shanahan's coaching. There's a bunch of this. That's what the whole coaching tree is. Even if it's not family, that's what the coaching tree is in football. It's nepotism. It's you came out of this coach who taught you that system and you got there somewhere else and you brought some other dudes in. That's what it is. That doesn't mean it's right. It means it is what it is. So even with LeBron, I can't say that it's wrong because it may turn off to be great. I understand what it is. I just don't think it's right. So because in this case, especially when it comes to an athlete, because you're taking the spot from somebody else. And I will not argue with you on that point because we can all go into the internet and find 55 better players that scored more than 4 points a game last year.
But the next thing is the attitude of, well, it's just the 55th player. I mean, see, this is what I'm saying. That's not right. Does that?
It's not right.
What?
Yeah, there you go.
It's somebody else's 55th spot.
Let's stay 10 toes down on it. Yeah, I'm sorry, Kev.
He should have went undrafted then, if that's what they kept saying.
Right. Yeah, well, why not? Because the cat that was on the team that had better numbers than him went undrafted.
100%.
That's what I'm saying.
The dude that started over him was the starting point guard on the team, went undrafted. Okay? Yeah. So what I'm saying to you is, does that make sense? That's what nepotism is.
Right.
And listen, you can agree with it, but everybody fucking agrees with shit until it happens to them. And then it's a problem. So we need to stop being so fucking selfish.
There you go.
Right? Start to put yourself in other people's shoes. And this is why we're fucked up as a people, because we're not willing to do that. Because when it happens to you,
when it happens to your ass, and then you want everybody to be crying, boo-hoo.
Yeah, everybody got to say something. Fuck you.
That's my problem with the whole thing. So, again, you could do whatever you want to do. Y'all could miss me with, a black man listen, that has nothing to do with nothing.
They're going with a lot of angles with that. Yes.
Yeah, there's so many, well, they do it that listen, I don't care. What's the right thing to do? Let's start with that. That's it. That's all I'm saying.
What's the right thing to do?
Yo, fellas, I gotta jump. Sorry. I'm waiting for something.
Go ahead.
All right. Hey, I love y'all. Gotta go.
We good, man.
But go ahead.
You know what I'm saying? But that's just the thing. So, hopefully eventually, like I said, this is nothing towards Bronny James, because I happen to, the young fella, I like the kid, and the kid, like I said, he's been very, very, very humble in everything he says and his movement. So, this is just a peculiar situation that he's been, put in front of, or put in the mix. So, hopefully it pans out, and if it doesn't, it is what it is. But he needs work. He's going to need a lot of work, and from just based off what I've seen, it's he's going to need a little bit of more action. And like I said, it wouldn't have hurt him just to stay a little bit longer in college. But
I do believe this. What do you think about his injury? Is that something to just keep him out?
The other part of me would like to say, like, this is some fugazi, some nonsense. You injured all of a sudden.
I hope it's not. Go out there and play. Go out there and play. This is what I'm saying. This is what you got drafted for. Go out there and play. And I'm not hoping for the downfall. I'm missing the point if you're getting that.
If you watch this far, if you got that, you want to see the downfall, then you're just not understanding what we're saying.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to be able to help you today or tomorrow. So with that being said, I don't know, Kev. I don't know about that injury. It just came out all of a sudden. He looked fine when I was watching him, other than going 2 for 9. But
we'll see. Hopefully he'll get better.
Yeah.
He'll go out there and play or not, and we just want to just address this. We've been talking about it. I knew it was going to happen. I said about 2 years ago, this is going to happen. He's going to get drafted by his father. And DA was like, nah, Kev. This guy has totally taken over the team. Yeah. They're not interested in winning.
Nah, this has become a show, and they hired the coach.
Yeah,
like again, what the DA was saying, pretty much it was smoke and mirrors. Let's get Dan Hurley, put him out there and parade him out there. That really wasn't the play. They knew that wasn't the play. This was the play all along. Yep. They just trying to make it look good.
Yep. And they knew Hurley was never going to take that job.
Yeah,
And it's not even from the aspect of he wants to live out in California. He was not putting up with that situation.
Who would? This situation is set up for failure for anybody new coming in who has some, something about them, some leadership qualities about them, saying, nah, I'm not going to do this. This is not what my vision and goal is. This is LeBron's vision. This is not the head coach coming in's vision. So
definitely not, man. Off this week. Hey, we have something new this weekend or whatever. Hey, we'll jump on for a couple minutes and chime in. Sports is really slow during this year. We got baseball going on. Our Yankees, they really suck right about now. They lost last night against Boston. All-Star game is coming up. Paul, what's his name? Was it Skeens? He got picked. He'll be pitching with the All-Star game. That's
Pittsburgh.
Yeah, Dan's man, and there's a couple of notable new All-Star players that made the All-Star team for MLB baseball. I think MLB baseball by far is still the best All-Star game compared to the NBA, which is I can't watch. It's unbearable. And the Pro Bowl with their two-hand touch thing,
terrible.
I will never watch.
Terrible.
So baseball and hockey is the only one I'll watch. So
we gotta get Ryan back in and talk about Caitlin Clark. She got a triple double the other day.
Yep, she did.
Angel Reese, a double machine. Whatever you want to call that.
Yep, they'll be playing an All-Star game together against Team USA, I believe.
Yeah.
Coming up soon. What else we got going on? That's pretty much it on the sports.
NBA free agency has been, it's not that crazy other than Paul George going to Philadelphia, and I'm not, I'm not.
Klay Thompson going. You care about
going? Nah, I mean, good for him, man. But he doesn't. He's not moving the needle like that, and they still probably gonna be missing something. So
definitely.
We'll see. But it's just dog days of summer, and enjoy your couple of days.
Enjoy your summer. Make sure you like, click, and subscribe to the channel. Make sure,
please.
On the podcast side, you give us that 5-star review. Give us a review. It really helps with the algorithm.
Yes.
Hey, we appreciate y'all, man. Hey, make sure you check us out on Thursday night. Well, not live, but check us out. We got another good show in store for you. For all you gamers, all you esport folks. Check it out. We got some good in-depth knowledge about that, man. So it's upcoming. It'll be on Thursday. You'll have Dan. You'll have Eric. They'll be talking about college football 2025, which is, when does it drop in? July what?
What is it? Is it the end?
Yeah, I think 20.
Gotta check it out.
All you college football fans that used to play college football on PS4 and Xbox and the PC, man. Yeah, that thing is about to drop, man. So we're getting a little reviews about that. And Dan talks about Call of Duty and cheating in Call of Duty. Y'all better stop cheating in Call of Duty because Dan was very mad. Dan was very mad at you. Did you get an update about that? If not, we're going to get on that. Yeah.
I don't see where.
College football 2025 release date July 19th. I got it. July 19th.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
July 19th it'll be dropping. So check that out. Check us out, man. Make sure you like, click, and subscribe to the channel once again. And on the podcast side, give us that 5-star review. Yo, this is the Sports Chasers Podcast. Be good, be great. Have a great week. Hey, we'll see y'all next week. Peace.
That's a wrap for today's episode of the Sports Chasers Podcast. Don't forget to subscribe on YouTube and your favorite podcast platforms and connect with us on all social media channels for exclusive content and updates. We'd also love for you to join the conversation, share your thoughts, and become part of the Sports Chasers community. And remember to tune in next time for some more real sports talk. Until then, stay frosty.